have seen too many tragedies on our roads lately, and 2023 is turning out to be the deadliest year for pedestrian deaths all across the valley. To help curb the problem, the city of Las Vegas is trying something new. Fox 5's Ken Smith explains how.
Today's Countdown takes me out here along Arville Street, just a little bit south of Charleston Boulevard at Delray Avenue, where the city of Las Vegas is trying something new to give pedestrians a fighting chance just to get across this street. It's called a Pedestrian Safety Zone. It's something the legislature passed about 8 years ago, and this is the first of its kind down here in southern Nevada. So I reached out to a Valley pedestrian safety advocate to see if we're going to see more of these pedestrian zones in the future.
We've requested that as they do the remodel, the redesign of Maryland Parkway, that entire area become a pedestrian safety zone, because it makes perfect sense. It's such a mixed-use area. There is so much humanity on that street.
While Southern Nevada just adopted its first pedestrian safety zone last month, up in Northern Nevada, Reno has created 2 different pedestrian safety zones in their downtown area, lowering the speed limit down to 20 miles per hour with the goal to raise awareness for both drivers and pedestrians.
What we know is that the 2 zones up in Northern Nevada have worked exactly as we said that they would.
The first pedestrian safety zone installed up in Reno resulted in a reduction of crashes and no deaths with the lower speed limit of 20 miles per hour. The second pedestrian safety zone installed up in downtown Reno has been even more successful.
The second one has only been up for a year. They had 11 pedestrian crashes and 3 fatalities in that zone. In the year prior to it going in, they've had 0 crashes since it went in.
So what does a pedestrian safety zone actually mean? The law is written very similar to a construction work zone, where traffic fines could be doubled within a pedestrian zone, potentially putting a big dent in your wallet.
And believe it or not, the threat of killing someone is so far from people's minds that they don't pay attention. But the threat of having to pay a higher fine if they do something wrong, people go, oh yeah, that could happen to me. So they do pay attention, and it's just the silliest thing, but that's human nature.
Critics would argue that doubling fines for drivers is simply not fair when statistics show that the vast majority of pedestrian deaths around the valley are the pedestrians' fault, and pedestrians themselves should take more self-responsibility.
The vast majority of pedestrian fatalities this year have legally been the pedestrians' fault. But the reality is that if we depend on people that are on their 2 little feet to get us out of the pedestrian fatality problems that we have, we'll never get there.
I'm Ken Smith, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.